just have a lot of poems and a little bit of prose poetry, and I haven't decided yet if I'm going to read some fiction, but probably not. So, okay, so this is called Basement. Be careful. Don't get ahead of your feet. Grope at the wall for the switch like a prayer. Remember that concrete is just stone, sand, cement, water. Nothing makes home in cold cinder blocks. Wonder again why you feel amphibious. Then recall your clammy forehead and the thin brass of the doorknob slick in your grip. Let your fingers find carpet scraps, newspapers, board games, old maps. Forget why you opened the door to begin with. Breathe deeply the mildewy smell of the Midwest, nestled with mothballs and fabric softener, blue lit by the pilot light. Count 5 jars of preserves on the shelf. Cherry, peach, strawberry, blue and blackberry standing firm in their glass. Do not listen when your tricky mind tells you the house is just settling. It is too cold to hold much in its exposed beams. Run up the descending staircase 2 steps at a time. You are a one-woman stampede. Be careful. This is called Obad on East 7th. And an Obad, it's a morning song, like a serenade is an evening song. And it's, I'll let you figure it out. Okay, dwell deep within the half-blue morning. She is emptying the night air, stale as you, lying prone on an old mattress. I managed to stem my cough before, violet-tinged in soft electric light, your eyelashes shudder, dark moths on your cheek, but remain shut, 2 planets roving under the lids. Urge your arm beneath my chest and sleep talk until I forget that we are supposed to be feigning sleep, forget that we are supposed to be resisting temptation and being adults. But adulthood is onerous and, like the muscadines we picked last summer, leaves me mulling over a bitter taste like dark earth in my mouth. Early morning. I slip across the lawn of your house, venture tentatively from sidewalk to wet grass, indulge my whim to wave at passers-by, linger just long enough to be remembered by them. This one is called Cricket. Minute harmonica hidden in blades of grass, you are chilled and glazed with dew, pressing against yourself for warmth, for speech, for no other reason than to make noise. You are meant to make noise, with leg hair friction, wing inflation, the curvature of your sticky feet, whistling, whispering, at home in blades of grass. Where 2 or more are gathered in your name, there too shall be the primitive music of washboards, a hymn zipped and lifted up that no one will hear, save the most closely attentive, diminutive feminine object. Tight black eyes keep watch over autumn, and soon the dry earth slows down with the temperature. Remembers dampness, sighs sweet relief, a sense of renewal, a new reason for singing. A secret song felt by 2 in the unstirred air, remembered so fondly in the morning. This one is called In Praise Of. Great white, bearing your sweet tooth like a miracle never tasted this good, casting out nets over shadowy meadows, deigning to grace graves with hues of grief. Resting under your head like a halo growing heavy with rhymes and relics of ready-made prescriptions placing significant weight on the possibility of sweet, patient dreams. Not quick like the sideways flashing sunshine, slipping between skeletal limbs, grasping at sky, slow and slim, sometimes too slim to see, and that's when we cry out to our waning mistress as if abandonment occurs in the solid solar cycles we pretend to picture clearly. But when fog sets in, we become children, miserable, forsaken, missing your bright chill. If 12 steps towards daytime lead us astray, hook prying eyes into us and drag our souls through stardust, until recollection of grit on our teeth is enough and we dismiss warmth. It is trivial. Piety is a virtue. The softest prayers will reach your placating hands, moss-carpeted knees smell of forgiveness. To be devout is to reap of the woods. Okay. This is, okay, that was all relatively new. This is kind of older. Quietly, I will retreat. That's the name of it. Title, always title first. Light crept onto your darkened lids, while we waited out the moon shining overhead and obscuring the branches outside. My existence was illuminated by silver stars, imagining slowly that things could be simple and less suspect, but you were always gleaning the littlest pieces of love from the hair I cut compulsively. Did you love me anyway, when the trail was cold and I slid into the mud that steamed around my ankles like dry ice? Slight hauntings were never enough to wake you from your sweet slumber. Keep up the pace on the shale we tread stealthily, Hold a swatch of summer close to your thinly veiled heart. Let's crawl further away from the nightlights and closer towards the center of the earth where we met the sky. This is my last poem. It's called Dream House. Here's to hoping you've stayed the same. I want dirty green shag carpet that I can rub my ankles against until they're red raw. I want 12 cigarettes a month, and I want an ivory ashtray carved like elegance and anger. I want Dorothy Parker sipping coffee on my bookshelves and William S. Burroughs scratching madly on the mantelpiece. I want signs of protest mounted on my mirror so in the morning I can see that it's okay to be naked and furious. I want a calendar with days marked for vulnerability, honesty, and learning. I want the days marked for judgment blacked out. It's okay if years start to get shorter, we can grow them back. I want racks of jewelry like my grandmother had, but they won't be hidden. They'll be tinkling like the sounds of my icebox in winter. I want feminist critiques scrawled on the wall and a shelf stacked with newspapers to be cut up and pasted down and misrepresented, just like we were.